So what do you do with your black people here? Do you have black people here?
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Subscribe, motherfucker.
How many people last year went to prison for using drugs?
For using drugs, 0.
How many people went to prison 2 years ago for using
0.
drugs? 5 years ago?
In the last 15 years, no one was arrested in Portugal because they were caught using drugs.
No one?
No, it's not considered a crime, so there's no legal possibility of someone getting a jail sentence out of it.
Have you had an increase in drug-related crimes as a result of...
No. So if there's less people using, there will be less people causing troubles because they are using.
Okay, wait a minute. You're saying that by decriminalizing all drugs, not throwing people in jail, drug usage went down, not up?
Great success.
The thing is, well, it won't work if you just take it there and if you just go there and you just decriminalize drug usage, that's not going to work.
We begin the hour with a major announcement out of British Columbia related to the deadly opioid crisis. Starting next January, the province will become the first jurisdiction in North America to decriminalize small-scale possession of hard drugs.
Back in late September, we ran a story about an addiction expert criticizing Oregon's experiment with decriminalizing user amounts of nearly every hard drug you've ever heard of. That happened with the passage of Measure 110. The expert's name is Keith Humphreys. He's with Stanford and is considered a national expert on drug policy. He said Oregon is doing nothing to stop people from using drugs, which is why we have the problems that we have.
Because the West Coast has an individualistic culture with significant tolerance for substance use, social pressures to seek treatment are also often minimal. So on the one hand, we have highly rewarding drugs which are widely available. On the other hand, little or no pressure to stop using them. Under those conditions, we should expect to see exactly what Oregon is experiencing: extensive drug use, extensive addiction, and not much treatment seeking.
Supporters of the idea to decriminalize drugs sometimes point to Portugal as evidence that treating drug use as a health issue, not a criminal issue, works. Dr. João Gaul is an addiction expert and started Portugal's program back in the year 2000. 22 years later, he says it is a resounding success for the country of 10 million people.
In the 90s, we used to have at least one overdose death a day.
Almost 6 people a day are dying from poison drugs.
Even in the future, nothing works.
Our last figures came from 2021, and we had 63 overdose deaths.
In the downtown east side of Vancouver, where after this Prime Minister spent $100 million handing out free drugs to addicts, he has led to a 300% increase in overdoses.
But what about Humphrey's claim that the Portugal system is much different than Oregon's? Well, turns out that's absolutely true. Drugs are not legalized, they are decriminalized. There is a difference. And only personal use amounts, what someone would use for about 10 days' supply based on the drug, is allowed. Drug dealers and traffickers, well, they're still dealt with in the criminal justice system. But personal use folks are dealt with in the health care system. And if you use it home, you're left alone. You're fine, no problem.
I got some blow. Son of a bitch, took you this long to tell me? Break it out, man.
But if you're using drugs in public, the police can and do order you to attend a special drug panel where their drug use is discussed. It's part of their social pressure. It's the stick, if you will, to encourage people not to use drugs. It's also something not done under Oregon's system.
We don't do that here.
And by the way, each drug user is identified, and their name and the details of their use and interaction with police are all entered into a central database that is kept by the health department, separate from the police. That allows the Ministry of Health to keep track on specific users and see if they're struggling. That's another thing that Oregon's not doing. Also, Portugal draws a pretty hard line. Those who are addicted will not be fined, but recreational users, oh yeah, sometimes they are.
What are you talking about, Willis?
It's an interesting system of persuading someone to get help. But I asked, what happens if police tell someone to go to the drug panel and then they blow them off?
They may be enforced and judged and go to before a judge for disobedience, not for the use of drugs. But they may have penalties, including imprisonment for disobeying to an order of the police.
Freeze! Freeze! Don't you move, you motherfucker! I'll blow your brains out! Shut the car off slowly! Don't fucking move.
Portugal forces people who are caught using even personal amounts of drugs in public to show up somewhere and talk about that use.
It's not very frequent that people do not show up. Okay? But once they are there, they are invited to join, if in need of that, they are invited to join a treatment facility. It is really facilitated, and it's easy to access for free without waiting lists that discourage people to go there.
So that's another thing that's different. We're getting quite a list here, aren't we? That does not happen in Oregon. In Portugal, the country has universal health care, so treatment at state facilities are free. And our expert said that private facilities, the state pays 80%, you pay 20%. If you can't afford that, then the state pays 100%. Portugal also focused on making sure they had enough treatment centers and inpatient facilities to help everyone who needs it right away. That's another thing we don't have. Our expert said the vast majority of people caught by police are using cannabis.
I'm here today because I'm addicted to marijuana.
You in here for some marijuana? Marijuana? Man, this is some bullshit!
Marijuana is not a drug. I used to suck dick for coke.
I seen them!
Now that's an addiction, man. You ever suck some dick for marijuana?
Huh?
No, I can't say I have.
I didn't think so.
So, to wrap up what we've heard, Dr. Humphreys, that first expert, he's exactly right. Oregon's system is nothing like Portugal's. Portugal has a system that puts social pressure on drug users to stop.
That's heroin Lisa just injected into her arm. Heroin she's given twice a day, every day, at the Crosstown Clinic in Vancouver. Here they don't push you to quit, they give you the drug. That's their treatment.
You know, you a sick motherfucker for that, by the way.
And yes, at 10 million people, Portugal is smaller than America, but it's also about 5 times the population of the Portland area.
On the next episode of AMC's The Walking Dead.
This is Portland, Oregon, 2 years after decriminalizing personal amounts of hard drugs. The open drug use, the deaths, worse than ever.
This is Skidmore Fountain, which has been called Fentanyl Fountain by some of the folks that we've interacted with.
They're decriminalizing all hard drugs.
Don't do it!
Yeah, how come?
What do you think?
You tell me.
It enforces, it encourages them to do more.
Yeah, are you seeing that happen here?
Seeing it.
Yeah.
It's exploded.
Has it?
And it's gotten cheaper.